What up, what up, what up? Happy Sunday, happy Sunday, happy Sunday. All right, guys, real quick. I'm watching a movie. I'm watching Rudy back in 1933. So if you're my age, you know the movie Rudy. And I know the story of Rudy. I hadn't even gotten to the first 2 minutes of Rudy when they got to the scene where the coach, they were practicing and the coach told them to, you get his gift to them, to the seniors who would not be returning. He told them that this would be the last year that you would put on, you probably ever wear a football uniform. And his gift to those seniors were they get one last hit on him with the bag. You know, if those of you who don't know, when you hold the bag up, you know, you run at the bag hard as you can and you hit the bag. It's a full body bag, and the coach took the impact. I kid you not, man. I wasn't 2 minutes in that when Rudy was the third one, I think, to run up to her. I couldn't hold it in. I was emotional and started to cry. And the movie hadn't even started. But it's the meaning behind the movie. And I haven't seen this movie. I think I only maybe saw it once, maybe twice in my lifetime. But for me to remember this movie and not even get past that scene, we didn't even get to the end of the movie yet. But to be so emotionally attached and then become overwhelmed by it is one, it's a gift from God to be able to understand and decipher meaning in that way. And then the next thing is I'm sitting here thinking to myself, a statement was made in the movie in regards to passion. And nobody believed Rudy could go to Notre Dame. If you don't know the movie, he wanted to be a football player at Notre Dame, but he was a short guy. And nobody believed he could do it. Nobody thought he could do it. I won't tell you the movie, but nobody thought he could do it. Even when he was prepared to leave after the death of a friend, he was preparing to leave. Sitting on the bus bench, his father came to him with the story of his father. And how his father had saved and brought the family to the country, had worked all his life, saved every penny he had to bring his family to a better country. And his father got a good job and bought a nice small house. And one day somebody convinced his father to become a dairy farmer. He bought some land and bought some cows. The cows died. Bam, terrible story, right? So then the father looks at Rudy and says, this silly dream that you have of becoming a football player, of going to Notre Dame, only makes you and those around you miserable. Now, the statement that made me jump on and talk to you guys right quick is passion. Rudy had a passion and a desire to do something. It's nobody's place to tell you what you can and can't do. You have to follow your passion. And I think back about the people that I try to introduce into my field when I say, listen, man, y'all should become contractors. Become contractors. Contractors are a dying off breed, which we are. People don't know how to build houses and do what we do. You can make good money doing this. Be a contractor. And it reminds me of my father sitting down telling us to go work at the Western Hotel with your cousin Calvin. Calvin was 18 years old. He got a job at the Western Hotel back in 1970 or whatever. And now look at him now. He was an executive steward. We all worked at the hotel, but none of us said we want to be stewards and work at the hotel for the rest of our life. We had a passion and desire to do something else. The story about Rudy is all about passion, following your dream, believing in yourself. Now, the caveat, if I'm using the word correctly, is today's problem with the younger generation is not that they don't have passion, is that they're confused. They're confused between passion and a swipe on Facebook or on YouTube. The younger generations are so quick to jump on these phones and see people doing something and then say, I want to do that. I want to be a hairstylist. I want to do t-shirts. I want to do videos. I want to be a comedian. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to do that. Not that you don't have passion and desire to want to do something. You're just confused, and you're swiping, and you're confusing passion with swipes that you see on a daily basis. Now, I can guarantee you, or I'm speaking from authority on this, because when I was younger, I always wanted to be something or make sure I was successful at something. Remember, we're all something because we're all children of God. So whatever you do, be great at it and know that God is already predestined for you to be whatever it is you want to be. Like I said in Jeremiah, he knew you when you were in your mother's womb. But I found my passion, and that's why I can speak of it. I absolutely love building and renovating houses and doing drywall and plumbing and electrical and framing and flooring. I love it. I get tired, but I love it because I found my passion. I didn't sit down, like Rudy didn't sit down and let somebody tell him, go do this. Rudy knew what he could do. Rudy wasn't distracted by Facebook and YouTube and these cellular phones that we have and TikTok and everything else. There were no distractions for him. I, growing up, wasn't distracted by these phones the way that we are now. There were other distractions, but these phones make it far more complicated than it really is. So, the note that I want to leave you with is this. Don't be confused with passion and a swipe. Find your passion. Keep on swiping. I'm swiping. Because if we don't swipe, half the time we won't know what's going on. So keep on swiping. But follow your heart. Search for the desires of your heart that was given to you by God and pursue that with a passionate drive like no other. And you will find happiness, and you're going to find yourself landing exactly where it is God wants you to be. So on that note, I'm going to finish watching Rudy. Try not to cry no more. But hey, ain't nothing wrong with a good movie and some good tears. Recommend another movie for you guys just because I'm talking about a movie. One of my all-time favorites is Claudine. You can't go wrong watching Claudine. Diane Carroll, James Earl Jones, God rest his soul. They all passed on, but great movies, great movies. On that note, guys, have a good one and God bless you.